Howdy folks, do hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Far Cry 6 with the mighty Jingles, although there's a good chance I might be joined by Akazuki because she is currently sleeping on my desk, and if anything happens that's so dumb that even a cat can't handle it, I'm sure she will probably chip in at some point. Because yes, I realise that Far Cry did get a bit serious in the last two episodes, but don't worry, we're back on board the stupid train. It was never going to last long. I mean, there are occasions, not often, but there are occasions when Far Cry 6 does at least try to look like it's a game that was written and put together by functioning adults, but it doesn't take long before its true nature starts shining through. So anyway, quick summary. We're in the province of El Este. We've already made contact with the legends of 1967, the heroes of the original revolution. Only one of which actually wants anything to do with the current revolution. And we have made initial contact with La Morale, the group of resistance fighters working this province. Initial impressions of La Morale are not great, but not completely terrible either. We've made contact with the second in command of the group, a former Yaran professional baseball player who goes by the name of Yonron. She's basically a zoomer with the attention span of a dead fish. And now we're heading to the major town in El Este in order to meet the actual leader of La Morale, who goes by the name of Yelena. Now, I don't like to jump to conclusions, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't expecting some kind of middle-class, college girl, lipstick communist whose daddy didn't show her enough attention when she was a child. But hey, let's not get all judgmental. Let's at least try to keep an open mind here. Still, first impressions do count, so while I'm on the way to the meeting, I'm going to be keeping my eyes and ears open, see if I can find anything that might give me some kind of insight into how seriously they handle things like security, for example. Ideally, I'll be looking for signs and indications that they're taking personal security seriously and they're keeping their identities hidden, operating on the down low in order to keep Castillo's security forces guessing, and not doing anything incredibly fucking stupid, like plastering their faces in murals 30 feet high all over the side of buildings on the main road of every town and city. Oh shit. This is never going to end well, is it? Gonna be honest here, not amazingly impressed so far, but let's get this over with.
Muerto el perro, se acabó la rabia.
Welcome to El Agujero. Try anything, and I'll cut your head off and use it as a football.
Nice to meet you too. My name's Danny.
Alfredo. Down the stairs.
Come here.
Right then, so if things go as they pretty much have to up until this point, workbench, that'll come in useful later. So I'm guessing, because I've been in this kind of situation before in Far Cry 6, that before we can actually start discussing anything useful, first we're going to have some kind of dick measuring contest.
I need 6 volunteers.
I'll talk to my people, honey.
Big Jorge Nana's gangs are probably on the ship.
You're Yelena?
Mierda.
Danny, right?
Where's my medicine?
You mean Libertad's meds? I gave them to the legends.
No. You handed it to some retirees shitting their diapers on top of a mountain. What could you possibly want from them?
We need more than bullets and guerrillas to take down Castillo. Like it or not, Yaranos love the legends.
Clara Garcia loves her politics. Good luck getting those abuelos off their asses.
We could use La Morale's help.
You know why Clara never told you about us? Because to her, we're just a bunch of kids playing with guns. She loves to talk about the future. But it's her future, not ours. Clara's just a Castillo who lost his dick.
So you have a better plan for Yara?
Bullets first, politics later.
You said you needed volunteers.
Admiral Benitez got the jump on us a couple of hours ago. She's holding my people hostage on a cargo ship.
I'll go.
Alone? I don't get it.
Consider us even for the meds.
Save my people and I'll think about it.
Well, colour me surprised. I didn't instantly hate her the way I did her lieutenant. So, a bunch of the people have been captured and being held on a cargo ship. And I've just volunteered myself to go and bring them back. Alright, fine.
For real? Libertad? No shit. You saving our people, right?
That's the plan.
I know a farmer with a helicopter who can fly you out to the ship. Follow me.
It was while we were on the way to the ship that I couldn't help but notice a glaring flaw in Castillo's policy of conscripting every Yaran adult into the military.
My name's Calixto.
Donnie!
I'm going to be careful and stay low. I'll get you as close as I can.
Where did you learn how to fly?
I did my basic service as a pilot a couple of years ago. I got kicked out for calling the captain a come mierda.
I was kicked out of the ground forces. Turns out drill sergeants don't like getting punched in the throat.
Good to know.
Do you see the problem here? Although, hang on. Was that a Canadian flag?
That's the ship. I can't get you any closer.
This is great! Gracias, mi amigo!
Good luck saving those people.
That was a Canadian flag. Canada, is there something you've not been telling us? Oh, hang on a minute. I seem to recall that the one white man on this entire island is a Canadian, and he's the guy who funded all of the drugs factories. Which is kind of amusing when you stop to think about it, because this entire island has been under US Navy blockade since 1967. And then they came up with a cure for cancer. And we're expected to believe that in this day and age, the US Navy blockade stayed up, and America allowed a Canadian company to be the ones to exploit the anti-cancer drug. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Right, anyway, just got a chunk bitten out of me by a shark. But now we have to rescue the terrorists. Oh, no, Jingles. No. You can't call them terrorists. Really? Why not? Did I miss a meeting or something? They're conducting a terror campaign. Why can't I call them terrorists? You have to call them freedom fighters. Alright, so what's the difference? Well, one assassinates off-duty members of the military, sabotages the country's infrastructure, and plants bombs in order to push their own political ideology. Okay, hold that thought, I'll be with you. I'm just going to dump this body of an on-duty member of the military that I've just... Really? I can't... There's a guardrail right there. Why can't I dump the body in the water? Oh, alright. Anyway, so you were saying? So what's the other group? Well, the other group are terrorists. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a distinction. It seems to me like what you're saying is both groups use exactly the same methods, and the label that you apply to them only really depends on which side you're on. Well, I wouldn't put it exactly like that, but more or less, yeah. Well, thank you so much for clearing that one up. While we're here, can you tell me the difference between a soldier and an insurgent? Oh, well, that one's simple. One of them has rights under the Geneva Convention. Spoiler, it's not the insurgent. Well, now that we've got all of that cleared up, and we all know exactly which side of the fence we sit on, just hold my beer while I go and assassinate some on-duty members of the enemy military. Green light up there usually indicates the presence of an alarm. Let's just check this flight deck out before I go any further, though. Some more green lights over there. Again, usually indicating the presence of an alarm. Yep, there it is. Probably won't hit it from this range with the pistol, although I might, but just to be safe, let's use the rifle. Bingo. Okay. So, let's take a look up here. And even if there isn't an alarm panel up there, it's a good vantage spot for scoping out what opposition remains. So, what do we have? The blue dots seem to indicate the presence of hostages. I can't remember which key I pressed to pull out the camera. That's going to be awkward. I could just use the scope on the rifle. There we go. It takes a little bit longer, but it more or less gets the same job done. Okay, so we got at least 2 guards down there. It's like there's somebody right underneath me, probably inside the ship. Plus, I can actually hear someone, and they are very, very close. You know that, or it's a sound bug. I don't necessarily want to start shooting people on the upper deck, because the bodies will be seen very easily. So maybe I should clear the ship from the inside out. We'll start with the bridge. The ship's at anchor. There should be a bridge watchkeeping crew. 1, 2. Wait, there's a hostage on the bridge? Why?
They have our people tied up near the front of the boat.
Yeah, and they've got them tied up here as well. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Requires more people to guard them. Also, where's the bridge watchkeeping crew? Oh, but Jingles, you just shot them. No, those were armed guards. Where's the officer of the watch? It's a ship at anchor, in the middle of a revolution, and there was no bridge watchkeeping crew. Ubisoft. I don't think ships work the way you seem to think they do. One guard. There's the other one. That leaves the 2, I think, guarding the hostage. One more. Oh, there's one down there. And there's the other one. Pretty sure I marked this guy before. Well, they're dead now. Right, that seems to be the upper deck. Well, I'm not going to say upper deck crew. The ship doesn't appear to have an upper deck crew, just lots of armed guards. Which is really weird. This entire ship just seems to be crewed by armed guards. There are no actual sailors, you know, people who know ships. It's just infantry. One of whom appears to have actually not spotted me, and instead seems to be going after the hostage that I just freed. Okay. There's definitely still somebody in my immediate vicinity. Probably. Oh, there we go. Well, the time for subtlety is over. And for once, it wasn't actually my fault. This is what I get for freeing the hostages. They immediately pick up a gun and then start blazing away and throwing away all notions of stealth and subtlety. Well, anyway, cut a long story short, killed everybody, still didn't find any actual crew. But the last of the hostages are in that container. So I'm going to lower it into the hold. Let the people I've rescued kind of get out of the way. Should be able to free the last of the freedom fighters. And here they are.
Yelena, I'm on the ship. I freed as many as I could.
Hang tight. I am sending boats and backup.
Gracias.
This is Admiral Benitez. To the fake Yaran terroristas, I have you right where I want you. At this very minute, military forces are heading to your position. I recommend laying down your weapons. One last look at a nation that does not want you. Serving Yara as outcasts, you will die.
Enemies in the air!
Right here.
Got you!
Right now.
Oh yeah, that's something else that they do. The fake Yaran terrorists. And I'm not focusing here on the terrorist part so much as on the fake Yaran part. That's something that I like to do in Far Cry 6. You'll often hear propaganda broadcasts referring to fake Yarans and true Yarans. What's the difference, Jingle? I'm so glad you asked. Right, pay attention, although it is fairly simple. A fake Yaran is anybody, like us revolutionaries, or the outcasts who get conscripted to be worked to death in the Viviro plantations. A fake Yaran is anybody who opposes Castillo's regime. A true Yaran is anybody who actively supports Castillo or just keeps their mouth shut, looks the other way and doesn't cause any trouble. Now, if this sounds familiar, that's probably because you've been keeping up to date with modern politics. Have you ever heard the term real American? Realistically, the term real American means all kinds of things to all kinds of people. But in political terms, the only thing it means is that you voted for the person who's calling you a real American. I realise I'm probably going to catch hell for this in the comments, but, well, the people who are going to give me shit for this in the comments have already stopped listening to me, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, and by the way, this isn't a licence for the rest of you to start hating on Americans in the comments either, because there are lots of very good people in America, lots of real Americans who are not defined by whoever they voted for at the last fucking election. Because in reality, people are a lot more complicated than that, with all kinds of drives and motivations that cannot be simply summarised just by slapping a bullshit label like real American on them. Oh shit, Chorizo's down. Hang on, how did Chorizo get here in the first... Oh, you know what, it doesn't matter. Don't worry, Chorizo. Papa's coming. There he is. He's a good boy. There we go. Right. I'm looking for an escape boat now, apparently. Our job here is done. These are shark-infested waters, aren't they? Oh, wow, did you see the lighting effect? That was actually very good. Well done, Ubisoft. You got something right. Right, home Jeeves, and don't spare the horse. Oh, he's going to run us right into the mines, isn't he? Oh, fantastic. Okay, fine. You drive like Stevie Wonder. I'll keep us safe. Wouldn't it be ironic if after everything I've said in this episode, the Stevie Wonder gag was the one thing that everybody got upset about? Yeah, oh, don't worry. I've given so many people so many different things to get pissed off with me in this video. I'm pretty sure that a little crack about dangerous driving is going to be the least of my concerns in the comments section of today's video, but we'll see how it goes. Although, I might be alright, because nobody watches these Far Cry videos anyway. We'll see how it goes. Right. Is that it? Are we done? Can I go now? Wow, I've lost a lot of health. Hey. Oh, great, there's a reception party waiting for us on... Well, actually, I do have a heavy machine gun. Even if all of the primers with my 12.7mm ammunition have been struck before I pull the trigger. Because machine guns don't work the way Ubisoft seems to think they do. But, yeah, I think we're good. Oh, and I think we've healed as well. Operation complete. I should probably give Yelena a call.
Yelena, it's done. Your people are safe.
I heard.
We even for the supplies?
Fuck yeah.
Need me for anything else?
Come back to El Agujero. Shit is getting real. We need to rally our people and talk next steps.
Dale.
You know, I gotta admit, I don't
like
totally hate Yelena. I guess we'll just give her the benefit of the doubt and see how things go from here. But that's definitely it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I haven't upset too many of you. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.